sources have some information. Pack, what have you heard about some interesting situations potentially developing around the NFL with one of the biggest names that is currently potentially on the market?
My sources tell me that D-Hop is getting hot right now.
Okay. Interest is heating up?
Interest is heating up. There's 5 teams on that list, and we'll start with the Falcons. Falcons need some help. They need wide receivers. I think that can fit. Ravens. I think if Lamar deal goes and get done, my sources tell me that might be a landing spot.
Okay. Okay. Baltimore Ravens in the game.
That'd be huge.
Did not know that was potentially the case.
One of the biggest things
are telling us.
Our sources is telling us is the Bills.
The Buffalo Bills. And that would make sense because although our sources have told us nothing, we did see on Instagram Buffalo Soldier from D-Hop just yesterday in Sal Capaccio, the face in our eyes, and there's probably others we don't mean any disrespect to any other members of the Bills Mafia. The face of Bills Mafia, he's like, hey, Uncle Sal of the Bills Mafia.
That's Buffalonian.
Covers the Bills. He's been covering the Buffaloes for a long time, and he is a
Buffalonian.
Brother. I mean, this guy is awesome. He started getting excited about it. Buffalo Bills fans started getting excited about it, and that would be a place that certainly could get another weapon. A lot of people would wonder, though, contractually wise, though, how would all this work anywhere?
Yeah,
that's another thing.
Especially in Buffalo, it can't work.
I think it could work. Why couldn't it work? I think he can go to Buffalo, 1-year deal. I don't really think it's about the money with him right now. I think he want to get out, and it's a big thing. He want to win. Definitely want to win and get a shot. So my sources tell me Buffalo can work. I like the Raiders too.
Hey, they made a lot of plays.
The Raiders are on the board also, but I don't know. I go back and look at the teams, and I know D as a person. I'm leaning more toward the Bills or the Ravens.
And he was in Dallas with Von Miller working out just 2 weeks ago.
And Von Miller, assistant GM of the Buffalo Bills.
Of the Bills.
So it seems like Buffalo Soldier with Von Miller. With what we're hearing from Pac-Man source says, feels like Buffalo Bills fans have a reason to be excited, but Falcons fans, I guess, in. Ravens fans, in. Raiders fans should know they're in. Anybody else?
Patriots fan.
What?
Okay, we'll revisit this for sure, but that is. Hey, I feel like that's some massive information about D-Hop that we had not heard.
Yeah.
Pac-Man broke some news earlier that from his source says that the D-Hop conversation behind the scenes is seemingly heating up from his source. Says 5 teams involved in the conversation: Falcons, Raiders, Ravens, Patriots, and Buffalo Bills. Pac-Man, I get everything right there?
Yep.
Okay, that's what his sources are telling him. Last night, D-Hop posted on his Instagram a picture of himself rolling out and saying, Buffalo Soldier, with the lyrics on the screen so everybody can see it. You know, you see he's kind of driving away, isn't he? And you can look into the red car, too, even more, like Cardinals, you know what I mean? You can kind of see that whole thing. And then Buffalo Soldier is almost a title across the top. He's been working out with Von Miller. His sources are telling him that these 5 teams are involved. The Buffalo Bills are one of them. This is an interesting little development here because if something happens sooner than later, that would make sense because the draft is coming up and people would like, something in exchange that they could potentially prepare for and use to make their team better in the next phase of the Arizona Cardinals under Monty
Ossendorf, Fort, one of the two.
Austin Fort.
Boom, we nailed it. The new general manager for the Arizona Cardinals. What are your thoughts on that? And the Buffalo Bills have potentially, it sounds like, from his Instagram story, maybe he'll do each one of those teams every single night. Like tonight he'll have an Atlanta song.
Ooh,
Welcome to Atlanta.
The whole some Atlanta song.
Shipping up to Boston.
Then a Vegas. I don't know if he'll have that one.
Why?
I don't know if that one.
Well, I thought that's what you were about to say.
Maybe. I mean, you're right. That could be a potential. For this particular series, yes, he could do that. Vegas one, probably going to be sick. And in Baltimore, I'm very pumped to see what the choice is, if that is what he's doing. But feels like, right? Doesn't it feel like?
Feels like the Buffalo Bills are the front runner, right?
Could you imagine them with Hop? That sounds like a fucking...
Out of those, when you started naming the teams, I instantly thought, I would imagine if you're D-Hop, you're trying to get to Buffalo. You want to go play with Josh Allen and the rest of those stars they have. You're going to get a ton of balls. Obviously, Lamar's situation needs to get cleared up for him to get more excited about the Ravens, I would imagine. But other than that, where would he want to go?
Yeah, Pack, and you talked about, punditry, I think you were talking about, not source says, but you gave your thoughts on like what he wants to do and what his mission is, right? He just wants to win, this guy.
Yeah, of course. And then you got to look at the conference and the division. And I'm not just saying Cincinnati is a three-head monster, but they are. It takes a good group of wide receivers to be competitive on that side. You look at the game, you go back, and you say, how can we beat Cincinnati?
If you're the Ravens?
No.
Or just in general?
If you're the
Buffalo Bills. Oh, gotcha.
Because that's what it is.
Anybody,
Buffalo
actually.
Bills, the Chiefs, and Cincinnati right now on that side.
Got it.
So I think Buffalo, this would be a great move for them. This make it a game when they play against Cincinnati now.
Go ahead.
I was told by Pack and Connor and other people that the Buffalo Bills were dead. So why would he go there if he wants to win a
Yeah, they
championship?
did both say that, didn't they? That's without D-Hop.
This put them back in the game.
It's without D-Hop, but also like
Best
what
quarterback
Pac
in the
just said, you got to look at the division and the conference. I mean, does D-Hop want to go to where Aaron Rodgers is going, where they're loading up everywhere, and now there's other news that they might add more
Is that what you
people
guys are
and-
telling yourself up in New England?
Oh, no, what I'm telling myself up in
Is that
New
what you guys are
England is
saying? Like, people don't want to come because Aaron Rodgers. The big bad wolf's back in town. Is that
people haven't wanted to come to New England for a little bit, okay? So we don't have
Since
to
when?
act
Since when? Since when?
Cam Newton. So we don't have to act like that's
Tom?
Well, AB came for Tom, yeah, and then thanks a lot, Antonio. But again, it hasn't been since Cam Newton. But when you look at the division as a whole, that's why it's like, okay, Bills, it makes sense. Josh Allen's unbelievable. Stephon Diggs will be the best receiver DeAndre Hopkins has ever played with. Probably for Stephon Diggs, the best receiver he's ever played with.
Yeah, what's been going on with him? Is there?
He did unfollow the Bills.
He did unfollow the Bills, which we have to keep an eye upon.
Yeah, he just restructured. So he just restructured his contract to free up even more cap space, and they restructured Von Miller and Josh Allen.
Oh yeah,
earlier.
because he took more guaranteed cash.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that feels like that's not as big of a thing. But if you are looking at those five teams, like Baltimore, they're not top dogs in their division. Atlanta, they're not. Raiders, they're not. Patriots, they're not. The only top dog is the Bills.
Be a great year to have D-Hop in there.
Yeah.
And the Bengals lost a couple very key guys on defense, so that's probably another reason that's not on the list.
Oh. Bengals are a problem, though.
They
You
are.
think?
Yeah, that offense.